In this video, we will show you how to replace your front headlamp assemblies on this Toyota Sienna. These will be mounted on the front of your vehicle. Let's get into it. A quick note, to replace your headlamp assemblies, you will have to remove your bumper cover. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Make your way across the front of your upper grille here. You're going to find that you have several push clips to remove. To remove these, you want to use a trim tool or small prying device. Gently pull up on the center to unlock it, and then you can fully remove it by removing the outer portion as well. We'll repeat this process all the way across. Now there are several locking clips making their way across the bottom here, but generally you can just give this a little tug straight forward to break it free. There it is, friend. A quick inspection and we'll set this aside. Safely raise and support the vehicle so you can make your way under the front. Now from underneath the vehicle, we're going to have to remove this lower panel. To remove that, we'll start along each side. You have this small splash guard here. This is held in place with a push clip and several 10mm headed mounting bolts. We'll start removing these. As I mentioned, there should be a push clip holding this in over here. Now, of course, we're going to be doing the same on the other side. We'll make our way over. Got our push clip up in here. This one just tugs right out. Now let's continue on with some push clips. We'll be using our trim tool. Along the back side, you'll have two push clips holding this in place. We'll just pop those right out of there. Now we can make our way towards the center of this trim panel. You'll find that you have 4 more push clips. Push clips do come in different shapes and sizes. On these ones in particular, we're going to push in the center to unlock it. And then we can remove that. We'll make sure we're holding onto that plate while we finish removing this one, and we can set this aside. Now let's move over to this area where you can see the fog lamp assemblies. We'll start by disconnecting the electrical connector on each of these. Once you have that disconnected, a quick inspection for corrosion. If you see any funny colors, you do want to make sure you take care of that. We'll set this aside, do the same on the opposite side of the vehicle. Continuing on, we'll be making our way into each of the wheel wells. In this area, you're going to be looking for some Phillips head screws. Got one down here. Typically, you'd want to remove that and pull this right out of here. You can tell that ours has already been displaced. We'll continue on a little bit further up from there. You should be able to pull this away. You'll find another Phillips head screw. This is holding the corner together here. We'll pop that out of place. Carefully reach inside this area, and we're going to give it a little tug away from the body of the vehicle. At this point, we'll pause on this side of the vehicle, make our way over to the other wheel well, and complete the exact same process. Now let's make our way back out here to the front bumper cover. We're going to remove our 3 push clips holding this in place. Use our trim tool for this. We'll set those aside. Let's give this a quick inspection and set it aside. Continuing on, we're going to remove the mounting hardware that holds the headlamp in place. Keep in mind that we do still have several wiring harnesses along the back side of the assembly. Use our 10mm for these mounting bolts. The third one's located right in the corner here. Let's take hold of that assembly. We'll carefully start pulling this away. This exposes our wiring harnesses and each of our bulbs. Now to remove these, we'll be taking hold of the bulb and the electrical harness. Go ahead and give those a quick twist counterclockwise, an inspection of the bulb, and set that aside. There it is, friend. Okay, friend, let's prepare for installation of our brand new headlamp assembly. Before we insert this into the vehicle, let's have a look along the back side. On the back is where you're going to find the adjustment for your headlamp beam. For this, you could use a Phillips head driver and come straight down through this area and adjust the beam by turning this clockwise or counterclockwise as needed. Now, with that said, let's start by putting our bulbs in along the back side here. We've got our directional bulb. We'll get that aligned. Turn that clockwise to lock it in, of course. Continue on to the center bulb here. Let's get this up into position. At this point, we can take the headlamp assembly and we'll put it into the original position. There we are. Now, if you were to look at your mounting screws, you'll find that you have two of them with coarse threads, and one of them has fine threads. We'll start with the two with coarse threads. One goes right along here on the lower forward corner. One goes on the upper corner. Before we tighten either of those, let's continue on down along the side corner with the bolt that has the fine thread pitch. That's going to go right into this corner. Now, since it's hard to reach inside this area, I'm just going to put it on my driver. We'll get everything properly aligned and snug it up. Double check to make sure it's properly secured. Now, since whenever you replace headlamp assemblies, it's always a good idea to do them as a pair, the process is the exact same thing on the other side of the vehicle. Go ahead and do that now before you reinstall your bumper cover. Let's get this bumper cover reinstalled here. We'll carefully start bringing this over towards the vehicle, being extremely careful for our paint. We're going to align this along the headlamp assemblies. Now, while holding the bumper cover in proper placement, we'll continue on with our 3 push clips across the front. Now we'll just start paying attention along each corner of the bumper cover. We want to make sure we have this properly aligned with the fender. We'll do the same on the opposite side of the vehicle, and then we can make our way into the wheel wells. In the wheel well, we'll get everything properly aligned. Insert our mounting screws. Now this one down here. Let's do the same on the opposite side of the vehicle, and then we'll make our way safely underneath the front of the bumper cover. Under the front bumper, we're going to reconnect our fog lamp assembly. We'll take that electrical connector, make sure you have the locking tab facing towards what would be the rear of the vehicle. Press it in, listen for a click, we'll give it a tug. One last quick thing on this same area, this is the adjustment point for the beam of your fog lamp. If you did have to make an adjustment, Go ahead and turn this clockwise or counterclockwise as needed. With that said, go over and reconnect your other side fog lamp assembly. Now we can get our lower engine splash shield in place. So there's one here. There we are. Let's make our way towards the rear. We have our larger push clips. Now we'll make our way across the front. Now, as we make our way towards each one of the corner pieces here, you're going to have to align several areas. The bumper cover itself does have a mounting port. Of course, this shield has its mounting point as well, but then you have the wheel well, which also has a mounting hole. We'll make sure that we stack each one of these so each one of the mounting holes is properly aligned. This one here. Let's get our push clip in here. Now we can snug these up. Do the exact same thing on the opposite side of the vehicle. Now it's time to install our front upper grille. Before we do so, we'll have a look along the back side. You're going to find that you have several locking tabs that make their way along the bottom. Those tabs do fit into the bumper cover here. We'll carefully start lining everything up and press it into position. Listen for a click down along the bottom. Up across the top, you will have 6 push clips making their way all the way across. Let's get this last one in here. Double check to make sure it's completely secured in place. Okay, friend, we finished the installation of our front headlamp assembly. We also completed the installation of our driver's side. The process was the same thing. Once you've completed that, you want to make sure you test the functionality and align them properly.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.